Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, same bed, same room, same problems waiting for you outside that door. But what if, before you even step out, you carried with you a set of ancient practices so powerful they could completely redefine how you think, act, and live? The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, weren't just philosophers sitting around debating ideas. They were warriors of the mind. They built mental weapons, sharp enough to face slavery, exile, betrayal, and even ruling empires without breaking. And here's the shocking part. Their practices weren't meant for history books. They were designed for you, for the chaos you face today. For the stress, the fear, the overthinking, the endless search for meaning. Today, we're diving into 7 Stoic practices so powerful, they'll redefine who you are. These aren't abstract ideas. They're tools tested by centuries, that you can start using right now. But here's the catch. Each practice will challenge the way you see yourself. Each one demands that you let go of the illusions you've been clinging to. And by the time we finish, you may not even recognize the person you used to be. So lean in, stay with me until the end. Because if you do, these 7 practices won't just inspire you, they'll reshape you. And we begin with practice number 1, the power of morning mastery. The Stoics believe the way you begin your day is the way you live your life. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, "Words never meant for the world. At dawn, when you wake unwillingly, let this thought be present. I am rising to do the work of a human being." What does that mean? It means the moment you wake up, you decide. Are you a slave to comfort, or are you a master of purpose? Most people hit snooze, grab their phones, and immediately surrender their minds to chaos. But the Stoics? They train themselves to see mornings as battlefields, where victory meant controlling your thoughts before the world controlled them. And here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm rings, will you rise like a Stoic warrior stepping onto the field, or will you stay chained to weakness? Because how you answer may define the rest of your life. Now imagine this. You're walking outside on a cold morning. The air stings your face, your hands are freezing, and every part of you screams. Go back inside, find warmth, get comfortable. But the Stoics believe the exact opposite, that comfort is the enemy of growth. Epictetus, born a slave, taught his students to willingly embrace discomfort, not to suffer for no reason, but to train the mind to stay calm when life inevitably hurts. He said, "We must undergo a hard winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared." What does that mean for you? It means every time you choose the harder path voluntarily, you are training for the real battles ahead. Cold showers, fasting, tough workouts, walking instead of driving, these are not punishments. They are preparation. Think about it. Life is going to throw pain at you whether you like it or not. Loss, rejection, failure. But when you've already practiced discomfort on your own terms, you meet those storms differently. Instead of panic, you feel readiness. Instead of breaking, you bend and adapt. Seneca would even remind himself by sleeping on the floor some nights, eating the simplest food, and asking, "Is this what I feared?" He knew that when you expose yourself to less, you realize how little you actually need to thrive. And here's the powerful truth. When you train your body and mind to handle discomfort, fear loses its grip. You stop being controlled by the craving for constant ease. You become untouchable by pain, unshaken by hardship. So let me ask you, what discomfort can you embrace today? Not as punishment, but as training. Because every time you choose discomfort, you are becoming stronger than the battle ahead. Picture this. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your blood boils. Your grip tightens on the wheel. And before you know it, you're shouting, reacting, losing yourself in the heat of the moment. That instant loss of control, the Stoics called it slavery, because when anger owns you, you are no longer free. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, faced betrayal, war, and constant attacks on his rule. And yet, in his private journal, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoics mastered one of the most powerful practices of all, the pause before reaction. When something triggers you, anger, fear, jealousy, you don't immediately act. You pause, you breathe, you give your mind space to choose, instead of letting emotions dictate your fate. Seneca warned. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Just a few seconds of silence can save you from words you'll regret, decisions you'll undo, and battles that never needed to be fought. Think about it. How many mistakes in your life came not from careful thought, but from quick reaction? How many fights, broken relationships, or lost opportunities could have been avoided if you simply paused? The pause is not weakness, it is mastery. Because in that small gap, you reclaim your freedom. You stop being a puppet pulled by emotion and become a warrior guided by reason. So here's your challenge. Today, when you feel the surge, pause, count to 5, breathe, step back, and then act as the Stoics would, not with impulse, but with wisdom. Because the strongest person in the room is not the one who shouts the loudest. It's the one who chooses silence until the right action reveals itself. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this: the people you love most. Gone. The possessions you're proud of, taken away. The comfort of your daily life, stripped bare, painful, absolutely. But this is exactly what the Stoics practiced. They called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortunes. At first glance, it sounds dark, maybe even depressing. But here's the truth. It's not about inviting misery. It's about strengthening gratitude and building resilience. Seneca said, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand." By imagining worst case scenarios, losing your job, your wealth, your reputation, you remove their ability to blindside you. Instead of being crushed, you are prepared. Instead of despair, you find strength. And something else happens too. You suddenly realize how fragile and precious everything is. That morning coffee, it tastes richer when you imagine it gone. The smile of a loved one, it becomes priceless when you realize you might not always have it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This practice doesn't breed fear, it kills it, because when you've already faced loss in your mind, reality can't break you in the same way. You stop clinging so desperately to what you cannot control, and instead you cherish it fully in the present moment. So ask yourself, what would you hold tighter today if you truly understood it could vanish tomorrow? And how much freer would you be if you stopped fearing loss and instead lived ready for it? That is the Stoic way, to prepare for the storm so that when it comes, you stand unshaken. And now, warrior, you've walked through 7 Stoic practices so powerful. They don't just improve your life, they redefine who you are. From mastering your emotions to transforming obstacles, to preparing for loss and finding unshakable gratitude, you've stepped closer to becoming untouchable, unstoppable, unbreakable. But here's the truth. This journey doesn't end here. The Stoics believed philosophy wasn't something to be studied and admired, it was something to be lived. And the question that hangs in the air right now is this: will you live it? Because tomorrow the storm will come, anger will test you, fear will whisper in your ear, doubt will claw at your mind. And in that moment, you'll have to decide. Do you fall back into the old self, ruled by chaos? Or do you rise as the Stoic warrior, calm, focused, victorious? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." And that's the challenge I'll leave you with, because the battle isn't out there, it's in here, in your mind, your choices, your response. You already have the practices. You already have the wisdom. The only question left is,